Recent data released from the American Heart Association shows that heart disease continues to be the #1 killer of Americans. Dr. Tanya Elliott joins me now to release the study results, as well as what people taking statins should discuss with their doctor to ensure good heart health. Thank you so much for joining us again. Always great to see you have such great advice. But first, what is CoQ10 and how important is it for heart health?
Yeah, so coenzyme Q10 is a compound that's essential for our muscles. We need it in order for our muscles to produce energy, and it's most concentrated in our heart. Most people think about our heart as an organ. It's actually a muscle, and it needs coenzyme Q10 in order to have energy. And coenzyme Q10 is also present in other muscles in the body. Now, the issue with coenzyme Q10 is it decreases with age, and it also decreases when you're on statins. And statins are the first-line treatment for people who have heart disease and high cholesterol. They're really important and they're really good at lowering cholesterol levels. The problem is that they inadvertently also lower your coenzyme Q10 levels, which are really important for your heart and your other muscles.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're here to tell us all about it because it does seem like it could get a little bit confusing. So tell us about the results of the study.
So the study was conducted by Doctor's Best, which is a leading supplement brand, and it showed that 60% of survey respondents didn't even know their heart disease risk, which is wild, right? As it is the #1 killer of Americans, right? One person dies every 35 seconds of heart disease. 60% of the people who responded didn't even know what their risk was for heart disease. So that was concerning. The second thing that was really concerning was that 50% of the Gen Zers, right, these are the people under the age of 30 who responded, were actually worried about their heart. And they cited stress and chronic stress as that #1 reason why they're concerned about their heart. And they're also reporting symptoms like fatigue and shortness of breath. And then 17% of those Gen Zers who responded to the survey were on a statin, right? So these are people that are under the age of 30 that are on medications for high cholesterol or heart disease, right? And very few of them knew about this association between coenzyme Q10 and being on a statin.
Oh, it's all so interesting. So what steps should people take then to help decrease their heart disease risk?
So as always, understanding and having awareness, right? Having that conversation with your doctor, getting your cholesterol levels checked, your blood pressure levels checked. There's also something called a coronary calcium score that takes a picture of your heart to determine whether or not you actually have plaque inside your heart and can help you determine your heart disease risk, right? So that's one thing, is starting that conversation, getting tested, right? The second is understanding this correlation that our coenzyme Q10 goes down over time, that statins can inadvertently reduce those coenzyme Q10 levels, and that can be addressed with supplementation, having that conversation with your doctor. And then also physical activity, strength training is really important, right? And I always say, do that in community. Don't do that in isolation. We end up putting pressure on ourselves to eat healthier, go exercise, and then our stress levels go up, and it's almost like it's defeating the purpose. So do it within the context of community. Take a fun dance class, take a fun strength training class, do a healthy eating challenge potluck with your neighbors, make it fun.
Yeah, because if you make it fun, then you're going to stick to it, more likely anyway. So where can we go for more information on all of this?
You can check out doctorsbest.com. That's the CoQ10 supplement that I take. It's a highly bioavailable formula. And this is, we want people to be empowered consumers, right? To initiate that conversation with their doctor to see if coenzyme Q10 is right for them.
Well, I'm so glad that we had this conversation. I'm definitely going to be looking into that. So thank you so much for joining us and helping to keep us healthy and safe. And everyone at home, if you would like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.